Today, April 4th, 1692, in the Salem Witch Trials, several testimonies are recorded and complaints are filed against two of the more recent witchcraft suspects. We're covering it all today in Salem Witch Trials Daily, and I'm Josh Hutchinson. Sarah has the day off. First up, we have another spectral attack. According to Samuel Parris, the shape of John Proctor reportedly afflicted his niece, Abigail Williams, who cried out, "What, are you come too? Are you come too? You can pinch as well as your wife." Thomas Boarman was deposed against Rachel Clinton. He said that some women of worth and quality desired me to acquaint the 7 men that Rachel Clinton was a great disturbance unto them in the meetinghouse, in hunching, that is, pushing, them with her elbow as they went by her. Thomas said that he desired the 7 men to take some care that Rachel Clinton might be forewarned not to come into those women's seats no more to disturb them. He said, as I, the said Boarman, was riding home that night after I had been with the select men, the 7 men, I saw something appear at French's Cove before me, like a cat, as I apprehended. And then I looked wishfully upon it, and it seemed to be something like a little dog. Continuing, he stated, I pursued it, and it kept the same distance in the path before me. Although I rode hard after it, I could not overtake it. Then I looked on my right hand, and I saw a great circle that moved as fast as I rode along. And then I thought of Rachel Clinton. Then the little creature and the circle vanished away. William Baker was also deposed against Rachel Clinton today. He said, about 10 years ago, I living with my master Rust, there was a barrel of strong beer brewed, and that day it was brewed, Rachel Clinton came there and met with some small affront, but what it was I cannot tell. And the next day, morning, the beer was put into the barrel, and that day said Rachel went backwards and forwards 6 or 7 times up and down the lane that leads to our house, and did not come into the house that day. And that night following, Hannah Rust went down to see whether the beer worked or no, and pulled out the tape, and could find no beer in the barrel. And she called us, that is, the 4 of the house besides me or with me. And I saw that there was no beer in the barrel, neither was there any appearance of wet upon the floor. And presently after we filled the barrel with water, and it was in a night and day, and did not leak any out of it, as we could see. And after that our folk brewed another barrel of beer, and put it in the same barrel, and it did not leak at all after that. Now, Mary and John Edwards also testified against Rachel Clinton today. According to Mary, on December 27th, 1691, so about 4 months ago, Rachel Clinton visited their home and earnestly pleaded with Mary to find room in her house for Rachel to stay there. Mary told Rachel she just didn't have space to accommodate her. Therefore, Rachel must rest herself contented. Mary testified that she was making some blood puddings at that time, and Rachel sat by the fire and begged Mary to give her some pudding. But Mary said, how can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Or maybe that's Pink Floyd. Anyway, Rachel said blood pudding was very good food, and she loved it so much. So Mary reluctantly gave the impoverished woman a bit of pudding, which she received very scornfully, and quickly after rose up out of her seat and went away muttering. But what she said, Mary could not tell. Come to the end of January, and 9 8-week-old pigs belonging to the Edwardses were taken suddenly. 5 of them died. About 2 weeks after that, 3 of Mary and John's yearlings were suddenly taken with fits. They had seemed very healthy before, but were suddenly jumping and roaring until they fell dead, one after another. John Edwards attested to the part about the pigs and yearlings dying. And Mary Edwards further said that she heard her children ask Rachel Clinton how her hands came to be scratched and swollen. She told them that she had 2 or 3 roguish cats who would scratch her hand when she put it down. James Fuller Jr. was also deposed against Rachel Clinton and said that a couple of weeks ago, on or about March 18th at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, he was telling Goodman Perry how his sister, Mary Fuller, and Mary Thorne were taken strangely the night before. Rachel Clinton waltzed into the house and sat by the fireside. James asked her what she was doing paying him a visit so late at night, and Rachel said she wanted to know what lies James and his friends were telling about her. While James explained that he hadn't told any lies about Rachel, his uncle's servant ran in to tell him that his cousin, Betty Fuller, had died. Rachel Clinton immediately ran out the door and disappeared into the night, though the sky was clear and the moonlight was very bright, according to James's report. James Fuller Jr. ran to his uncle Joseph Fuller's house and found Betty Fuller lying apparently dead. He helped carry her inside and watched over her for about 3 or 4 hours before she moved. Betty claimed she had seen something beastly stand up at the corner of the shop, but it was shadowy. She had gone to investigate and saw something looking so basely, that is meanly or evilly, so it's glaring at her. It just scared the heck out of her and she ran away. And then the beast chased her and knocked her down. Also today, Mercy Lewis was deposed against Dorothy Good, the daughter of Sarah Good. Mercy said that yesterday the shape of Dorothy urged her to write in her book. But we want to know, what was Dorothy doing asking Mercy to sign a book? Dorothy is 4 years old. According to Mercy, Dorothy afflicted her by biting, pinching, and choking her. Mercy Lewis also testified today against Sarah Osburn. She said that on a previous date in April, the apparition of Sarah Osburn afflicted her, urging her to write in a book. So they're all bringing the book to Mercy Lewis to sign and become the Devil's Witch. And finally today, Jonathan Walcott and Nathaniel Ingersoll filed a complaint against Sarah Cloyce and Elizabeth Proctor. We're still waiting to hear back from the magistrates on whether they'll be issuing a warrant for those two women's arrest, as they've done previously, generally the same day as the complaint is given to them. But we've not seen anything out of that office yet. Jonathan and Nathaniel listed John Indian as one of the victims, the first time that we've seen him mentioned as afflicted. He's listed along with Abigail Williams, Mary Walcott, Ann Putnam Jr., and Mercy Lewis, who we know as afflicted girls by now.